guys, so today I am working on some marketing materials for Ink Theory. One of our goals of this new year is to be able to have a ton of materials. We're going to rebrand, we're going to remarket, we're going to do everything we can to basically get Ink Theory launched now that we have everything that we think we need to get going for real here. I mean, we've been going for real for a long time, but we haven't really branded ever.
Nice.
Basically what I'm trying to say is we have done zero branding in the entirety of our business. Before this, I was a videographer. Well, you can always consider yourself a videographer, but before this, I was doing, freelance videography, stuff like that. That's what I went to school for. And Austin was a photographer, and he was making money doing photography. And what's interesting is when we started this up, our main goal was to become, basically, we were the ones that were going to be doing all of the branding for Ink Theory. But we've done zero because we got so busy.
Some people can't handle success. I can.
And actually running the business and stuff was a lot more difficult than I ever thought it could be. And so now we're just getting started on this, so let's see how it works. My goal is to create one piece of content per day. Good content, although any content is better than no content. We're gonna create one piece of good content every day. Hopefully, for as long as I can keep this up, hopefully till the end of February. That should be enough to kind of last us through the rest of the year once we've got some other big plans coming. So stay tuned for that, but let me show you what kind of the process is here for this one. So the concept for this piece is going to be a cardboard box, and then I'm going to Photoshop Ink Theory stuff on it. This is not going to be posted for a while, so you're going to kind of see it here first. I don't think a lot of people that follow Ink Theory will actually follow me in particular yet, so this is kind of a sneak peek. So I'm going to start with a cardboard box, I'm going to fold it up, I'm going to make it big, and then I'm going to set up a scene. I don't know exactly how I'll do it. Something like that. Kind of cool, kind of ominous. Yeah, so just kind of setting up the scene here. It's just going to be a photo with some branding material stuff. Kind of, just working on building up a library of stuff so we can post quickly and market effectively. That's the goal here, so let's get started. All right, so this is kind of the scene I got so far. I got to play with the lighting and stuff a little bit more. It's taking a little bit longer than I would like. I don't like to take long on these things because basically perfection is the enemy of getting anything done, honestly. In real life, that's how that works. So don't be a perfectionist, moral of the story. Perfectionism, that can basically keep you from ever posting anything, which is Gary Vee frowns upon. So we listen to Gary Vee here. I'm just kind of trying to play with the lights, make it look cool. I'm going to Photoshop a lot of it, so it's going to look cool in the end, but we'll see what it looks like after we're all said and done. So this is kind of what the framing is going to be. I'm going to move those lights a little bit around. Kind of like that. Yeah, like that. It's kind of cool. I'm going to take some different pictures and see what we come up with, and then I'll show you how we edit these. Okay guys, so now I'm in Photoshop on my computer. Going to go ahead and open Camera Raw filter. Going to change my exposure, my contrast, highlights, shadows, all that different stuff, texture, clarity, the lows and highs of the photo to where I like it. Basically, the composition is what I'm working on here. One of the other things I wanted to do was separate this box from the background. Basically, what that'll allow me to do is play with it, kind of move it around, change it up, see if I want it bigger or smaller. That's kind of, I don't really have a set idea of where I want to go with this. It's just being more creative. But I think since this is the centerpiece of the composition, I want to kind of make it stand out. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my logo, put Ink Theory's logo on the box here. Bring it over from Illustrator. I have both of them open all the time on my computer, so I can just drag between the both of them. At this point, kind of playing with the 3D, making it look like it's actually there in the scene live. So that's one of the biggest things that I try to do is just, accentuate the realism. That just adds so much more depth to the whole composition. Changing the box color, thinking if that's going to do anything to it, but no. Didn't work out very well. Didn't like the way it looks. So like I said before, now I can duplicate these boxes. I think it would look cool with more than one, just because it adds some depth, adds some more things to look at. It's not so bare, so just kind of playing with the sizing. Going to put the other logo on the other box. Since it's the same box, it's already basically ready to go with the logo and the 3D way that I had it basically there. One of the other things you got to work out with adding more elements that weren't there when you first took the picture is the shadows, playing with how they would look. So what I'm going to do is draw a shape and then kind of play with the blending mode, seeing what kind of fits the vibe of the whole composition. One of the things too you got to do is adjust it based on the angles of the lights in behind and the background and kind of take that into account. Gonna kind of feather it out as well. And then again, I just keep going back to seeing if the box color would make any difference, changing that up and whatnot. Then playing with the box sizing, I think that's going to add some depth to it too, a little more flavor, if you will. Going to adjust the shadows, obviously, to make it fit, make it feel like it's real, like it's there in the scene. Feather it out a little more, blend it in. That's going to be the name of the game here. This part, I kind of needed to change the 3D angle of these because with the camera, the boxes that are farther back and closer and whatnot, they will be different. So just adding some variation there. Now I wanted to add our logo to the back wall of our warehouse. We don't currently have it painted. Hopefully we actually get it painted like this in the future. But first I got to make it 3D, got to kind of put it on the wall like it would be there. And I can use the bricks to kind of line it up. But then also you got to realize the lens on the camera kind of has this fisheye effect towards the outer edges. So you kind of have to make it 3D in a weird sort of way. You just got to know your composition, what you want it to look like. If you want it to look more real, you got to have to think of those little things that'll separate it from, or basically put it into reality and keep people's minds focused on the actual content and not the execution of it. Here I'm just erasing it around our press to kind of fit it in, put it on the wall, and basically this adds the most realism to this part of the logo is putting stuff in front of it. And what that means, this is a little different way of doing it. Sometimes you cut out the idea like the box where I cut it out, but since this is so complicated, I decided to put the eraser mode on and erase the letters around the press. Now, when you do it this way, it's kind of like you can't go back necessarily. So it's not the best method, but when the idea is that this thing is so complex, it's harder to cut it out than it is just to erase the letters and put it behind manually. So I like the way it's looking right now. Now I got to blend these in to make it look like they're on the wall. This was kind of hard because black is hard to make it look good because you can't see through black, but if it's like a paint that you put on the wall, you'll see the texture and stuff. So this is the hard part. I kind of had to play with it. The orange kind of looks like it's good, like we're set there. And then also I was trying to see if the color on the box would add anything to it, but I didn't like it. Now we're going to go ahead and add our sticker here. We have these stickers in stock now, so if you want any of them, come by the shop. We'll give you some. But I put it right there just to add some more little Easter eggs here and there. Got to blend it in, make it look like it's actually on the conveyor dryer there. It fits nicely when you blend everything. And then, since this might be an ad, I wanted to put some wording on there, something that'll represent what we do. Obviously, we print a lot of shirts, and one of the best things that you can get, or one of the biggest compliments we've gotten is how people like the feel of all the shirts that we do. We use Next Level a lot of times. We use Bella Canvas. We like to use the premium blank, so this is why I went with quality. We could change this and whatnot, but here I'm kind of adding the shadow. I wanted to make it look like it was 3D, like it was in the deal, so I'm doing the same thing like I did with the boxes. Add the shadow, blur it out a little bit, blend it in, and just kind of move it, make it react to the scene around it. Changing with the colors, see what that looks like. Don't like the white as much. I like the black more. But then you got to resize it and move it in the scene and whatnot. What's cool when you do the blend mode is that lighting reacts to it in different ways. So it's kind of cool. It looks like it's already there. But blend mode, man, that's the key with all this. Playing a little more around with the colors, blend modes, making sure I like where everything's set up. I kind of like the composition here. One thing I do in the future is I take the quality you can feel and make it a little bit smaller, kind of separate it from the boxes slightly. But the boxes are the main focus here. This, I wanted to add something in the front so that kind of a little bit of dust particles will separate the whole picture. It just adds to that element of, that's what I like to see is just different elements in the whole composition. Here I'm putting some smoke around the boxes, kind of like it's dusty. Obviously this smoke is not, I'm not trying to make like clouds or nothing, so I got to really tone it down, erase a lot of it, and kind of just blend it in here. But so I got the box. This is basically where we're going to end it here. I like the way this looks. The composition is nice. It's super epic. There's lots of stimulating visuals going on. I got everything kind of separated. And then also our logo is the main point of this, and this is our new
new logo that we'll be putting out some videos about here shortly. But hope you guys like it. Subscribe if you want some more videos in the future. Got vlog number 8 coming out next week. But thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.